It's no secret the amount of lenses available for the Sony E mount is staggering. And it's not just Sony lenses, you've got lenses from Tamron, Sigma, loads of third parties. And one criticism of the Nikon ZR is the lack of lens choice. But is that actually true? And what is the secret weapon that the Nikon ZR has when it comes to lens choice? Looking at the Nikon lens lineup, there's pretty much lenses for most use cases. But there is one glaring hole in the Nikon lens lineup, and that's the lack of the 16 to 35mm 2.8. But just as with Sony, Sigma and Tamron make lenses for the Nikon Z mount too. There's still not the massive range like there is for E mount. Here's the good news. The Nikon's Z mount is really adaptable to other lenses because of its wide diameter and its small flange distance. I can't say the word flange without smiling, I'm sorry. So how do you adapt a Sony lens to Nikon ZR or Nikon Z mount in general? You're going to need an adapter. This one is from Viltrox and I'll link to it in the description. So let me show you how to use this adapter and some of the things to be aware of. The first thing you should do is update the firmware on the adapter itself. Yes, the adapter has firmware. Confusingly, there's two versions of firmware that you can install on this Viltrox adapter. You use the special firmware adapter update cable that comes with the adapter, and it's got these four little prongs on the end. Connect those prongs to the adapter and then connect the USB-A to your computer. When you connect it, you should see a new drive show up on your computer. Then download the latest firmware for this adapter and also double check the hardware version of this adapter, which you can find printed on it. Open the zip file and choose the bin file that ends in 1 or 0. The bin file is the actual firmware update file. And this is where the confusing bit comes in. Viltrox say that the version that ends with a 0 has lens stabilization is enabled by default. Lenses with a stabilization switch can disable lens stabilization at any time. Camera stabilization can be enabled at any time. Lens stabilization and camera stabilization cannot work together. So that's the first limitation of using this adapter. You can't use lens and IBIS body stabilization together at the same time. But Viltrox also say about the version of the firmware that ends in a 1, lens stabilization is disabled by default. Body stabilization can be enabled at any time. So I'm not sure why you wouldn't always just install the 0 version, because you can choose between lens stabilization and in-body stabilization. If you know what the difference is between these two versions, please share it with us all in the comments. Choose one of these two bin files and copy it to the adapter drive that showed up on your computer when you plugged it in, and after a few seconds you should see the drive disappear and then reappear on your computer. That means that the firmware should have installed correctly. Once you've got the firmware updated, then you can attach this thing to the camera and the lens. You first attach the adapter to the lens. This one that I got, when I first got it, I noticed that there was a bit of dust inside it, and it also comes with a little, I always call it desiccated silica inside to keep the moisture out. I'm not sure if some of that maybe have some of that dust coming off that packet. Anyway, make sure that you give the entire adapter a good blow. By the way, this is the best air blower I've ever had, and I'll link to it in the description as well. And while you're doing that, you might as well clean out these caps that come with the adapter. So I'm going to start off with adapting this 70 to 200 G Master lens from Sony, and I'll also do a test with a 20mm version in just a second. And then you attach the adapter, to this thing first. And it clicks and locks into place. Now you've got the adapter attached to the lens, you can go and attach this to your Nikon ZR. Make sure that the camera is powered off when you do this. Line up the adapter and then rotate to lock it into place. And now you can power on the camera and use your adapted Sony lens. There's my Sony a7S III that I'm filming this video on. This is at 70mm. All right, this is going to be an autofocus test for the 70 to 200. I'm going to have to stand way back here. So it looks like it's tracking me really well. The tracking box is really sticky. Whoa, oh, it's lost me. Can it find me? There we go. Remember, the 70 to 200 has a minimum focus distance. So how about if I stand right back here? Yep, locked on. Seems pretty sticky to me. You can see that box around me. Ooh. I think it's doing a fantastic job, at least looking at that screen. Now, interestingly, I am hearing a little bit of autofocus noise from the autofocus. This is the version 1 of the 70-200 2.8G Master. Viltrox say that this adapter supports aperture control from both the camera and the lens. It supports EXIF data transfer from the lens to the camera, and it also supports custom buttons if your Sony lens has one, as long as you can set those custom buttons from the camera itself. And this is the Sony 20mm G1.8, and that focus is looking way pretty sticky. It should have a closer focusing distance. It's looking pretty good. What about from back here? Seems to be reacquiring focus lock on my eye pretty quickly, but I'll let you decide whether this is decent. And interestingly, there's zero focusing noise on this lens compared to the 70-200. One thing to be aware of though is this adapter doesn't have any weather or dust sealing gaskets on it. And you should also check the lens compatibility chart from Viltrox before you buy this adapter, just to double check that the lenses that you want to use on it are going to be supported. There is another adapter from another brand that I will be testing out as soon as I can get my hands on it, and from all the reviews it says it's a pretty good adapter and apparently also does have weather sealing, so subscribe and hit that notification bell if that's something you're interested in. Check this playlist now if you really want to master your Nikon ZR. There's full of tips and tricks. I'm Jason Roberts. Please subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.